Hello, young adventurers. Today, we dive deep into the blue ocean to discover a story of magic, love, and a brave heart. This is the original tale of The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen. Scene 1. The kingdom under the sea, far out in the ocean, where the water is as blue as the petals of the loveliest cornflower, lived the Sea King. He had 6 beautiful daughters, but the youngest was the loveliest of them all. Her skin was as soft as a rose leaf, and her eyes were as blue as the deepest sea, while her sisters loved playing in the coral reefs. The Little Mermaid spent her time listening to stories about the world above, about ships, cities, and people. When you turn 15, her grandmother told her, you will be allowed to rise to the surface and see the world for yourself. Scene 2. The Storm and the Prince. The years passed, and finally, it was her turn. On her 15th birthday, she rose to the surface. She saw a large ship where music was playing and sailors were dancing. On the ship was a handsome prince celebrating his birthday. Suddenly, a terrible storm broke out. The waves rose like mountains, and the ship began to sink. The Little Mermaid saw the prince fall into the cold, dark water. She knew humans could not live under the sea, so she swam through the dangerous waves, grabbed the prince, and kept his head above water until the sun rose. She brought him to the shore of a beautiful kingdom and waited until she saw him being rescued. Scene 3. The sea witch's bargain. The Little Mermaid could not forget the prince. She wanted to be part of his world and have an immortal soul. She went to the darkest part of the ocean to visit the sea witch. I can give you legs, the witch said with a wicked laugh. But every step you take will feel like walking on sharp knives, and in return you must give me your beautiful voice. If the prince marries another, you will turn into sea foam on the very first morning. The Little Mermaid agreed. She gave away her voice and drank the magical potion. Scene 4. Life on land. She woke up on the beach with 2 slender legs. The prince found her and took her to his castle. He was enchanted by her grace and beauty, even though she could not speak. They spent many days together, climbing mountains and dancing in the royal halls. But even though he loved her, he still thought of the mysterious girl who he believed had saved his life on the beach. Sadly, the prince's father arranged for him to marry a princess from a neighboring kingdom. When the prince saw the princess, he believed she was the one who saved him from the storm. The wedding was announced, and the Little Mermaid's heart began to break. Scene 5. The choice and the daughter of the air. On the night of the wedding, the Little Mermaid stood on the ship, looking out at the sea. Her sisters rose from the water and gave her a magical dagger. Kill the prince tonight, they whispered, and you will become a mermaid again and live for 300 years. The Little Mermaid took the dagger and went to the prince's room. But as she looked at his happy face, she realized her love was too strong. She threw the dagger into the sea and jumped into the waves as the sun began to rise. She felt herself turning into foam, but she didn't disappear. She rose into the sky. "Who are you?" she asked. "We are the daughters of the air," they replied. "Because of your kindness and your brave heart, you will not vanish. You will gain an immortal soul by doing good deeds for the world. And so, the little mermaid rose into the clouds, finding peace at last.